Welcome back to another episode of Real Results with Coach Joe. I'm your host, Joe Villegas. This is the program where we help you to improve your health, increase your wealth, and live a more fulfilling life. And with me today, I've got a very special guest. She's a mindset and leadership coach, helping female business owners to level up not only their businesses, but also their lives. I want to welcome to Real Results, Mili Ristic. Mili, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me today.
Oh, it's my pleasure. So Mili, we're going to get into it. I know you've got a ton of stuff to share for the viewers, but I like to start off by hearing your story. Like, how did you get into coaching, specifically mindset coaching? How did you get your start, and how did you become the amazing coach that you are today?
So I'm an immigrant coming from Serbia, and I came to New York 10 years ago, and I started working in a commercial real estate industry as a business developer, and I burned out. I worked a lot, and I burned out, and I kind of was guided to leave that industry and start coaching. But what happened was that I was hearing my intuition that I should switch and I should change to help more people. At that moment, I didn't know what was that, and I literally Googled how to find purpose in life. And I landed on Bob Proctor. I'm sure most of you know who Bob Proctor is.
Yep.
He was featured in the movie The Secret, and also wrote a book, You Were Born Rich. And I signed up for one of his seminars that he hosted in LA live, but I was in New York, so I streamed it. And I cried 3 days. 3 days, I literally cried because this man was explaining who we are as human beings, how our mind is creating our lives and our thinking and our actions and all that. Yes. So I realized that I want to see this man, and I realized who I was at that moment and how I got where I was at that point in time. So I went to see him live in LA. And that was turning point for me when I signed up to be certified with Bob Proctor, and I decided to really awaken people all over the world that they can create lives that they really want to live.
Yes, that is amazing. And so it's funny, I feel like a lot of us as coaches, I know myself personally, you kind of have maybe one or many people that inspire you and sort of draw out this identity of being a coach and wanting to contribute and give back and grow and all those things. So totally, I love your story because I feel like I walked right side by side with you with a different mentor, but similar as so. So with that, I know you really focus heavily on mindset. Like you just said, right? You are building your life through your mind. And I would love to touch on that. I feel like the term mindset gets thrown around a lot, but I know for someone like yourself as a professional coach, let's tap into that. So let's say, for example, there's a business owner watching this and they say, hey, okay, mindset coaching, that sounds interesting. Where do you begin with folks? Like, how do you start to tap in and help them tap into their own mindset, elevate that, and ultimately elevate their business and life? Where do you get started with them?
I always love to say I teach my clients one very important talent, and that is how to think. Most of the people don't even think.
Yes.
We all think that we think, but we don't really think. We are on autopilot most of the day.
Yes.
So the hardest thing that I find for my clients is to sit down and think. So you are creating, even if you knew that or no, even consciously or unconsciously. And this is what I do for my clients, business owners. I show them how to consciously create the results that they really want. So that is all connected with your conscious and subconscious mind, your thoughts, what is the information that you're accepting from the outer world, what is that is driving you from within, your beliefs, right, your habits and your emotions, and how to shift that it serves you moving forward in your business and in your life. And as you know, your mind is actually like a muscle. If you don't train it, so like when you go to the gym, if you train only right biceps and you don't do the left one, it's not gonna grow. It's not gonna show results, right? So mind training your mind is very important. Having the discipline in mind. And I also love to say, like, if you're a business owner, right? And 95% of your business is actually your mindset. Success of your business depends on your mindset. Only 5% is the strategy. You can implement million strategies if you want, but if you don't believe in that strategy, if you don't believe in your business, if you don't believe you can succeed, you will not take any actions towards that goal, towards your success. So everything, that's where we start. I first teach my clients who they really are as human beings, and then how to tap into that powers that they have within them. How we all know that we have certain powers within us, but we don't really use them. So I teach them how to use all of these powers. We have 6 inner powers, which is your intuition, then you have imagination, then you have perception, and 3 more, which most of the people use it in the wrong way. So I really teach them how to elevate those powers to create businesses and results and their lives that they really want to live. And unlike 97% of people in the world, they live only on 5 senses. Only what you can see, hear, smell, taste, and touch. But the most successful people throughout the history, if you even do a little research about it, like Carnegie, like Ford, even Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, you can really see how they tap into their inner powers, how much they use their imagination, how they use their intuition, perception, and other inner powers that they have.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And I think it's important for folks to see that, right? To see other people doing it. Because sometimes when you talk about mindset stuff, or any coach, not just you, right? But you talk about mindset stuff. I know I had one of my mentors on the show a little while ago, and we were talking about how your outer world really is a reflection of your inner world, right? If you can focus on the inner, right, the outer is actually going to succumb to that at some point. And folks watching it can go, that sounds a little woo-woo for me, or a little out there, right? But when you see folks who are super successful, like the best of the best at their thing, could be a sport, it could be business, or what have you, they're doing what you're talking about. They're tapping into that mindset, or these 6 different pillars, if you will, at various levels. So I think it's critical for folks to really reach their true potential, to follow what you're talking about and do what you're saying, right? So I guess my next question to you would be, we talk about things like, intuition, imagination, their creativity. How can you start to get business owners to tap into that? I mean, are there exercises that you do with them, or is it prompts and questions? What are maybe a couple tools we could share with the viewers?
Sure. There are many tools and exercises that I coach my clients and guide them through this. It's a journey, as you know, right? So for instance, for your imagination, 97% of people, as I said, use imagination to create negative stories in their minds, right? So you run your business and you're not happy with your results, and then you create in your mind, okay, I need to decrease, I need to do many things to kind of cut my stuff, instead of, because economy is like that, because you see situation is not really good in the world. I mean, that are all facts, let's say like that, but in our mind, all the facts are in outer world, right? But in our minds, we even add to that more. So what I do and what I help with my clients is to really describe, journal, how do you want your results to be, in a little tiny details, and tap into that image. Because what is important to know is that we think in pictures. If I tell you now, Joe, Mona Lisa, in your mind, on the screen of your mind, the picture of Mona Lisa will show right away. So that is how you have to be crystal clear about your goals and your results, personally or professionally. And then when you train your mind every single day to start your day tapping into that imagination and visualizing how you want to your business to be, what are the results that you want to achieve every single day. It's a discipline of mine. Instead of creating stories that not gonna help you get there, and instead of being reactive, I teach you how to be proactive. If that makes sense. It's a big difference there. For instance, very successful sports people use visualization in their imagination before they go play in the field. They use it and they see their actions on the field, how they want to play it, and then they go there actually and play. So everything what we see, afterwards they already run it through their minds.
Yep.
So it's very important. Imagination is very important tool, and we stop using it.
Yeah.
As kids, I know I've been raised saying like, don't dream anymore. This is reality.
Right.
But actually, your own reality and imagination is very, very important. What do you create? And that is knowing your mindset and how all this works will help you a lot to have a discipline and really live life that you want to live. Create the life that you want, not only be reactive on what is happening. And as Joe mentioned, everything that is happening outside of us, it's a mirror from our within, what is happening inside of us. So just what you see in your world, it's actually effect of the cause of your thoughts, cause of your behaviors, right? So if you don't use these powerful tools, it's I always, it's hard word to say, but people are suffering a lot.
Yeah.
So mastering yourself and knowing how to go through life using these powers that we all have, it's very important.
Yeah, for sure. And I think just to add on to what you're saying with the visualization, right? Like, I know for myself, I'm extremely visual. You say the Mona Lisa, I couldn't paint the picture back for you, but I can see it perfectly in my mind. I think what's also important to tack on with that for the viewers who say, yeah, I visualized myself, winning a championship game, it didn't happen, right? It's something you need to do day in and day out repeatedly, right? There's some lag time between where you're at, getting from point A to point B. But I think what's even more important to tack on to visualization that's helped me a ton, and I'm sure you'd agree, is not just looking at yourself in that light, like, hey, I achieved that thing or I hit those results, but sitting in the feeling of having achieved whatever your goal is simultaneously. If you can put those two together, it's extremely powerful. Now, Mili, I know that the time goes quick, so we're going to take a quick break to hear from our sponsors. When we come back, we're going to keep hearing from Mili on not only the mindset piece of things, but what's kind of the latest and greatest in terms of the leadership and mindset coaching that she is doing. Hey, it's Coach Joe here, and I want to thank you for checking out this episode of Real Results. Since becoming a coach over a decade ago and getting to help tons of people make incredible transformations, I've made it my mission to find the most effective tools to help people change their health and ultimately their life. As a thank you for watching this episode, I've created a series of free mini courses, downloads, and resources that you can use to create real change in your life. Simply click the link in the description or head over to www.resultswithjoe.com and click on the free resources tab. All you have to do is sign up using your best email address, and you'll have access to all the resources straight away so you can start to create real change in your life. I look forward to seeing you on the inside, and let's enjoy the rest of this episode. Welcome back to Real Results. With me today, I have Mili Ristic. Mili and I were just talking about the 6 superpowers that business owners or people in general can tap into to build the life and or the business that they want. So Mili, I know you touched on the first 3. Just to kind of get us back in the flow, what were the first 3 powers again that you touched on?
So the first 3 powers is imagination, then we have intuition that we all have, but sometimes or many times we don't listen to it. Then perception. How you see things in life, how you see what is happening in your life. Do you see it in a negative way or you see it as a lesson? These are the first 3.
Yes, and you gave us some tools, specifically visualization, right? It's kind of a big one, journaling, things like that you do with clients to help them tap into those things. Now, what are the other 3? I want to hit on those too. I don't want to leave anyone hanging as to what all 6 of them are. So what are the other 3 that you have?
Sure. So the other 3, fourth one is reason.
Okay.
So reason gives you ability to think. And what does that mean? So when you, let's say, if you're in an argument either with client or your employee or your family member or anybody,
right.
So instead of reacting, because usually that is our human nature that we always react.
Right.
It's an ego trip usually. Instead of reacting right away, you can pull yourself off the situation, stay calm,
right.
and think.
Yes.
So when you think, you are in charge of this negative or challenging situation.
Right.
When you react, this situation is in charge of you.
Yes.
This situation pulls you in, and then you lost yourself.
Right.
This is the big thing that is happening in the business world, in private lives, and right that we come every single day, actually, we are experiencing this. So, fourth, inner power is reason, gives you ability to think instead of react.
Yes.
That is the fourth one.
Okay.
Then we have the wheel. Wheel is like an umbrella, and it's very tightly connected with your desire. How big is your desire to succeed in your business and in your life?
Right.
How big is your desire to get to that next level in your life
Yes.
that you want to get? And as I always love to say, you know, the little fire cannot warm up the room.
Right.
Like if you have a little desire, it cannot warm up the room. The big desire, the big fire warms up the room.
Yes.
So under the wheel are other higher powers to really help you get where you want to go.
Yes. Love that. Love that. Awesome.
And we have the sixth one.
Yep.
The sixth one is called memory.
Okay.
And we all use memory in not a really proper ways, I would say. What does that mean? So Joe Dispenza always says, Dr. Joe Dispenza, maybe most of you are aware who he is.
Hope
and
so.
He says, sorry?
I say, I hope so, because he's phenomenal.
Yeah.
I love Dr. Joe. He's
Yeah,
amazing.
he is phenomenal. Yeah. So he says, your personality is your personal reality. So
Yes.
what does it mean? It means that when you wake up every single day in the morning and you are thinking the same, like yesterday, the day before yesterday, you are overliving and continuing with your life from the past, with problems that you have from yesterday, the day before yesterday, right? Yeah. So instead of bringing these negative thoughts, negative feelings into the present moment, you can use your memory and create the future memories,
yeah.
the memories that you want to experience in your business and in your life. Yeah. Also, memory, many business owners, and when they come also to work with me, right? When we talk about what they want to achieve, and then they have this fear, and they say, "Oh, but I failed doing this 2 times in my past, right? I tried this and then I failed, and I tried that and I failed." But then I say, okay, that's one use of the memory. So how if you go back into your memory in your life, there's so many successes. You finished the school, you maybe got married, you opened one business. That's also success.
Right.
So tap into that successes to remind you that you can do it again in a present moment.
Yes.
So this is the right use of the memory versus going back into your past and bringing these failures, which I call them, these are nothing is failure. Everything is a lesson, right?
Right.
So this is the 6th inner power that we all have. And this is what I help my clients elevate. Because when you master this higher powers that we all have them, but we use them in a wrong way, you are unstoppable. Yeah. Trust me, I live it, I breathe this, I see the transformations of my clients, some of them in less than 5 weeks, some of them in 2 months. Everything depends on personality, but this is very, very powerful, and it's a lifestyle. It's totally different world. But also, all these 6 inner powers are very connected with your faith versus fear. Yeah. That is also very different. Right?
For sure.
So if you can tap into your imagination and visualize your desired results and desired life, you have to have a faith that it's going to happen, that it's already happening, versus having fears, doubts, and worries.
Yes, totally. And so I love that complete picture, right? Like if you can, I mean, I'm just imagining for myself, right? Being able to tap into all 6 of those things, like nothing could stand in my way or your way or whoever's really utilizing it. Now, I know you're a master at helping people to integrate all 6 of these and tap into them as needed. So how, like, I know we talked about some tools in the beginning, but what do you do with clients specifically to help them to be able to like accumulate all these 6 superpowers, these inner powers, and begin to integrate them so that they can step forward into that desired result?
They are integrating them right away, because when they come to work with me, they really want to level up. They want to quantum leap. And this is how we start. We start first with clarifying what they really want to achieve and walking along lines to their little steps, how to achieve their big goal. This is what we are doing. We are shifting these inner powers for them to use them in the most proper way. But also, there are also beliefs that they need to, that I help them actually to eliminate, right? I always say, if you want to get here and you are here, you know, there's a big gap, because you, when you're here, you think differently, you behave differently, you have different habits, right? So how we get to here, right? Mastering your inner powers, changing your beliefs, creating a new habits that will serve you, creating a new self-image. So these are all the steps that I take them get where they want to go.
That's amazing.
And it's really fun, interesting, lovely journey that you see transformations along the way, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're really helping them become the person who gets those results, right? They're, like you said, they're at point A, point B is who they need to become, and you're helping them bridge that gap, which is, you know, as a fellow coach, it's incredible to see the progress of your clients and be there to guide them along that path, right? That's why we do what we do. Now, Mili, I know you have an academy coming up, right? Is this integrating the same exact thing? Like, talk us through that a little bit, because I know it sounds very interesting.
Yes, this is really, I'm so excited about it. I'm launching Female Fatale Academy.
Yes.
So it might sound a little bit extravagant to hear this name and term, but I am bringing the wholeness of who do you really want to be? What is that? What does that mean? Female Fatale, for me, it's a woman, a business owner that is good in everything, right? She's a great business owner. She's a great mom. She's a great romantic partner. She's great in everything. And in these 10 weeks, they will experience inside-out transformation. 10 coaching calls with me, and then I'm bringing 10 experts that will help them to achieve and get this outside transformation. So it's as I said, it's a wholeness for female business owners to tap and close that gaps that they really need right now to level their businesses and their lives. So I do have a expert that is a breathwork teacher. Why is that important to master that and to know how to breathe properly? Then I have a public speaking coach that will come and coach you on how to use that public speaking and how to deliver your story to your clients and also to your prospects. Then I do have a social media coach. I do have a marketing coach, financial advisor that is coming to teach us, where we can invest our money and all that. So it's, as I said, it's a wholeness of inside-out transformation for female business owners to really elevate in the next year.
Yeah, that's amazing. That is absolutely amazing. And it's, I can imagine, right? Like, as a business owner, you wear a lot of hats. You do a lot of things. And then you also have your personal life, right? Your financial situation, your friends, your family, all these things. How do you begin to really master all of it? That is a tall order. But here you are bringing the resources directly to these people. Like, it's like such an amazing resource for them to have. And I imagine the evolution by the end of those 10 weeks, they're probably going to be on fire, right? They are going to be so different in the best way possible from when they stepped into the academy. I'm excited to see how it unfolds for sure. I'm not a female business owner myself, but I will be following along absolutely and happy to share this with the viewers as well so that they can tap into it if it's something they want to do as well. Now, Mili, for the folks watching, if they want to get in touch with you, they want to learn more about you or work with you personally, where can folks find you?
They can find me on Instagram, Miller_coaching. They can find me on my website, millercoaching.com. They can find me on LinkedIn, Mili Ristic, Miller Coaching. And they can find me also on Facebook, TikTok, under the same name. So I'm basically everywhere on social media.
Fantastic. Awesome. Well, Mili, thank you so much for coming on the show. It was such a pleasure having you here. And for those watching at home, if you're looking to create real results in your life, I encourage you to check out my website, www.resultswithjoe.com. On there, I've got plenty of free resources. And one that leads me to a particular quote today that I wanted to share from the big guy himself, Tony Robbins, who says, "The quality of a person's life is a direct reflection of the expectations of their peer group," which is a very powerful quote. When I first heard that, it hit me right in the face. I couldn't believe it. I had to read it again. And so because of that reason, the people who we surround ourselves with or who we become, you've probably heard you are the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with. And so I've created a 5-day challenge, totally free on the website you can sign up for, to teach you how to create an empowering peer group so you can create real results in your life. So thank you for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next episode.